Right, we're solving equations, linear equations. This is part one. Just to remind ourselves, when we solve an equation like this, an equation is a balanced seesaw. It's balanced around that point there. And what you do to one side of the equation, or the seesaw, you have to do to the other. So, for example, we're trying to find out what number x is representing here. 6 times a number plus 4 equals 8. We're trying to work out what number x is representing. The first thing we would do is to take away those 4, and if you take away 4 from this side of the seesaw, you need to take 4 from that side. Plus 4 minus 4 is 0, positive 4 minus 4 is 0. I'm left with 6x equals 8, take away 4 is 4. This is 6 times a number, so to work out the number we'd need to divide by 6. Now I prefer to do it to both sides. You can see the x is cancelling. X equals 4 over 6, which is the same as 2/3. Right, so let's see how we go. Number 1. First thing I would do is expand, although you could have done it by dividing by 2 first. Now minusing 6 to both sides, I'm left with 2x equals negative 2. Dividing both sides by 2, x equals negative 1. Number 2, we need to expand, gather up any like terms, and now we can start solving. So the opposite of minus 7 is plus 7. Minus 7 plus 7 cancels out. I'm left with 9x equals 22. Dividing both sides by the number in front of the variable leaves me with x equals 22 over 9. We could change that to a mixed number if we wanted to, but we'll leave it like that. Right, this time I have x's on both sides. I go for the smaller side, which is this one, and take it away. 2x take away 2x, it's gone from this side of the seesaw. 5x minus 2x is 3x plus 1 equals negative 8. Minusing 1, subtracting 1 from both sides, 3x equals negative 9. Dividing both sides by 3, you'll get x equals negative 9 divided by 3 is negative 3. Now there's one more below there and we'll come back to that. Number 5. A few things we could do here, but let's follow the rule we've set up for ourselves so far, which is to take away the number on its own. 4 take away 4 is gone. Minus 3x over 2 equals 6. Many different things you could do here. I would begin by multiplying by 2. This is divided by 2 here. The opposite of dividing by 2 is multiplying. What you do to one side you do to the other. That will cancel out, leaving me with minus 3x equals 12. Dividing both sides in this case by negative 3, and x will equal negative 4. Right, a little bit harder here. This is over a denominator of 3. There's many things we could do to solve this one. I think perhaps to get rid of this divided by 3 on the denominator, we'll just times by 3 everything on this side and everything on this side. What you do to one side you do to the other. So expanding, I'll get 9x. Now 3 times 4/3, the 3's will cancel and I'll be left with 4x. 3 times 15, you might need to work that out as 45, which leaves me 5x equals 45. Dividing both sides by 5, I get x equals 9. Right, multiplying both sides by 2 to eliminate the denominator. Subtracting 1 and dividing both sides by 2 will give you 9 over 2. There is another question below there, we'll come back to it. Right, we've got x's here and here. First thing I'm going to do is times both sides, in this case by 3, to eliminate that fraction. 3 2's is 6. Now when I multiply this by 3, or 3 over 1, those 3's are going to cancel. I'll get left with the x minus 1. 4 times 3 is 12. 6 take away 1 is 5. clearly. If 5 plus something is 12, x will be 7. Right, same thing here. I'm just going to multiply by 2, so I can eliminate that denominator. 2 times 3x is 6x, and when I do, there's the minus in there, when I do 2 times this fraction, or 2 over 1, those 2's will cancel, and I'll get left with 2x plus 1. Now it's quite important to keep this one in brackets because of that negative out in front. It's going to cause problems. Minus 2x minus 1 gives me 4x, and if we add this 1 straight away, which leaves me with 11 over 4, dividing both sides by 4. Now 11, we're going to need to move that up. Right, we'll go back over here to number 4. This time we'll subtract the 1 first, so that's gone. Now I would multiply by 3, in this case all 3 over 1, whatever, the way you want to think of it, the 3's cancel. Dividing both sides by 2 will give me x equals 6. Once again, multiplying by 5 will cancel the divided by 5. We're going to add 2, and then we're going to divide both sides by 3, 37 over 3. Number 11, once again I've got that nasty fraction, so I'm going to times by 4 on this side. Notice I put the brackets in, keeps everything tidy. I'm going to use brackets around that as well. The 4's will cancel and I'll be left with 3x minus 5. 4 times 5 is 20. It's important that, once again, we've got a negative there, so it's important to keep the numerator on this fraction in brackets. Now I've got 16x minus 3x. Two negatives make a plus 5. We'll begin by minusing 5 from both sides. 20 take away 5 is 15. Lastly, dividing by 13 both sides, x equals 15 over 13. Now there's some tricky ones there. You might want to reprint off one of those sheets and try it again.